Chloe, how's it?
How's the legend? How are you doing?
All right, and you? Signal's a little slow,
I'm
but I'm
always
sure.
good.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh, no, thanks for having me. It's about time, eh? It's been too long now, eh?
Yeah, it has been a while. It has been a while. Just waiting for your signal to get a little bit stronger. It's a
Yeah,
little bit slow at
yeah.
the
It's a
moment,
little.
but I'm sure it will.
Uh, Wait, let me just try and do something quickly.
Okay, no worries. So while we're waiting for her, yeah. So just basically a little update. Um, Catch up with her a little bit, hear what she's been up to during the lockdown. Not that we lock down much anymore, but I know she's been training hard. Yeah, better in terms of the voice. I can hear you better. You're a little bit
Awesome.
broken, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. How are you keeping?
Uh, it's good. It's been challenging at times, but it's good. It's happy to hear that we'll be getting back pretty soon. So pretty excited to get back. It's been a while, so it's good to
Oh,
get
it's
up and get back on the field. So I'm excited for that.
fantastic. That's good. And I hear you've been training quite hard, so you're on top of your game, eh?
I would hope so. It's just I need to start hitting balls now. Like it's about time.
Def- Definitely. But you're back in Durban, so you weren't originally in Durban. Where were you exactly, and what have you been up to during the lockdown phase?
Well, my parents stay on the south coast of Durban, which is about 45 minutes, right on the beach, which has been fantastic. I think people got really tired of my pictures in the mornings because I took some nice sunrise pictures. So I think I was a little bit annoyed about that. But I spent a lot of time down there. It was fantastic because obviously I haven't had much time with them. You know, been traveling a lot with the cricket and all that. So it's been nice to actually spend time at home and be with them. It got challenging after a while because I hate sitting at home. But I got through it. And yeah, I'm just excited to obviously get back now.
No, no, no. I can imagine. Look, your sunrise photos were like a bit of an inspiration every day.
That's as long as I'm inspiring you, you know what I mean?
It definitely did. It definitely did. No, they were fantastic. Congrats. You should maybe look into taking up a bit of photography.
Yeah, I
I think
should. I'm telling you. Jack of all trades. I'm telling you I'm a jack of all trades, man.
100%, totally agree. So I'm going to jump straight into it because I know there's football on. Guys, I saw
Copy bait, time 8. Okay, now, plenty of time.
we load shedding at 8, so we're really strapped for time. But
Well, it was supposed to be load shedding at 6, so I'm surprised that it's still on. So let's hope it stays on.
hopefully it stays on. Hopefully it stays on. All right. Currently, jumping into it. In the world women's game currently, who's the leading women eyes? What sets her apart from the rest of the world?
That's a good question. Personally, in my eyes, definitely Sophie Divine stands out for me. One of the best all-rounders at the moment. Being on top of her game. Love that she was captain, obviously, because Amy Satterwhite wasn't there. So it's fantastic to have her there. And just the way that she's involved the game and how consistent she's been. Like I feel like she's definitely apart from everyone else. Just her consistent performances and the way she carries herself, on and off the field has been fantastic. You know, as a leader, you want that. And I think she's been standing out both bat and ball. I think that's what definitely makes her stand out of everyone. And she can hit the ball further than me, which makes it worse. But, yeah.
I was going to ask that. Who hits it further? But there you've answered it. But I think you've been a little
Yes,
bit.
I'm competing, man.
You've been a bit humble. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can a bit further there. Let's be serious. Yeah, you've done well. We're going to talk about the Big Bash in the next, I don't know, down the line there. But jumping further along, you used to bowl seam. Something made you change to left arm orthodox. Why? What made you do that? How's that going?
This question. A lot of people ask me this question. Obviously, obviously coming into the SA team at a young age, I bowled left arm seam. I was actually more of a bowler at that stage. Hardy was batting. I'd come in the last couple of overs. Obviously evolved my game, became more of the batting, the all rounder. Obviously, then the team evolved. Like, we've got It's a bonus. You can't be with them as on gun Ismail because they're really good at what they do. So, you know, my bowling took a backseat just and focused more on my batting, which was really fantastic. I actually got to focus more on it. Yeah, and then it was just an option, you know, it was just an option thrown out there like, hey, listen, why don't you just try it? So I said, you know, like I always said when I joined cricket, I want to just try everything. What's so hard with it? And then I realized it's pretty hard to do. But yeah, I took, I worked a lot with my coach and stuff, and it was just an option. And a lot of women, if you look around the world, actually do struggle with left arm spin. And it was just something that came up in a conversation with the coach. And, you know, obviously said, I'm definitely going to try it. And then, you know, I have myself bowling in the semi-finals against Australia, which wasn't so bad. I rate myself now. Hoping to get more wickets, but yeah, it was just an option, and I'm actually really enjoying it at the moment. It's actually going pretty well, but you know, if Dana had to tell me to come bowl seam, I probably would do the same thing. So, yeah, I told you I'm a jack of all trades, but it was just a really good option. It's actually been working really well for me, and I'm excited to see how it goes from there.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I think you've got something there, and I hope to see you be bowling at a Big Bash, and if you guys get any tours in this year, I really hope that you'll be applying your new trade, you know, and getting many with it. So I want to touch on a soft spot or sore spot with all the ladies Proteas players at the moment. Well, it's probably not as sore now as it was then, but the World Cup in Australia, you guys obviously got the furthest that you have before. And I got a question. Do you feel you were hard done by with Duckworth Lewis, or are you just one of those, it was one of those things sort of people?
Yeah, it's still a tough pill to swallow. I still think about it a lot. You know, because you know, at a game like that, it's such a big stage. You know, you always want to be able to, you know, cross that line. We've come to a semi-final before as well, and obviously dropped short. So yeah, there's so many things you can say regarding that. So many things you can say. Duckworth Lewis, the rain, it was just up and down. Like everyone was just like complaining about everything, but you know, I really just wanted to play cricket, and I think most of the girls wanted to. We wanted to get 4 games in, and unfortunately that couldn't happen. Yeah, but it was disappointing. Like, you know, we went out there still wanting to play and still to the last ball wanting to win that game, and to come down to the wire like that was obviously really disappointing. You know, we were all gutted. Like we sat in our change room afterwards, like pretty gutted. But yeah, I felt like there was a lot of things you could say, but you know, we were up to the challenge. Like I always said, we'll go out there and do our best. And I think everyone went out there. I know Wolfie was very disappointed. You know, she played really well in that game. But yeah, it obviously wasn't meant to be. But a lot of learning points from there.
Definitely. As long as you're learning, you're winning. That's important.
Yeah.
But I think, like as a whole, the women's game, just on that tournament, and I don't know why, something tells me that the game's taken something massive away, and the crowd has become more sort of awares, and the world has become more awares as to the women's game, and hopefully it just grows from strength to strength. I mean, it was a packed final. I'm sure you watched the final, but incredible.
Like, thinking of when I started and how we came in, and it was just like, hey, no one really know about women's cricket, and you know there were crowds around the world, but no one actually like was like, you know, when you're watching, you're like, hey, you want to carry on watching. Like now, it was just like there was just an aura of the whole World Cup before it even started, that this is probably going to be one of the best. And I'm just so happy that it happened while I'm still here, because like you want to leave a platform like that and just get it to grow more, so girls coming in can just take on from there. So it was obviously fantastic, and to watch that final with all those people there, yes, it was incredible.
100%, 100%. It was something that was like inspiring, really. I mean, how many girls are going to be playing the game after that? It's quite 100%. So you were in Australia prior to that. You played Big Bash there, and you had really, I think you were one of the players of the tournament, or most spoken about players of the tournament, for obvious reasons. You smacked it to all parts. You got scores of literally nothing, and you've been retained going forward. But how far ahead has the Big Bash set the women's game, or set the Australians ahead of the rest of the world? because of that tournament? How good, how strong is it?
It's really strong. You know, obviously I had a lot of girls speaking about it before obviously going there and how it is then. I don't think you'd understand it unless you experience it. And I'm so happy I got to experience it because they're definitely on another level. The professionalism, everything, like they're just fantastic at what they do. They know what they need to do. And obviously that's something that I also want to bring in with the girls coming in. It's just making sure we on that same level. Like we want to compete with Australia and we want to get girls coming in just like they have in pipelines. Like cricket is fantastic at the moment. And to have tournaments like that makes it even better because then you compete with really good players all around, and it's just fantastic that I was a part of it. I always thought I had luck because my first ball I ever faced in the Big Bash was a full toss and I hit a four. I was like, this is easy. And then I'm like, no, it was a fantastic tournament. I was so happy to be part of it. So, you know, with the Hobart Hurricanes, and I just learned so much there, just the different coaching, and it was just fantastic to obviously be surrounded like that and play good cricket because I felt like I played really good cricket. And unfortunately, we couldn't obviously make it to the playoffs, but I felt that my game evolved in that way, and I felt like I met some really good people, and it was just fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, your sort of value speaks for itself. Being retained, firstly, like I said, one of the players of the tournament, without doubt, in my eyes, personally, and yourself just growing as a person. I mean, becoming sort of more worldly and experiencing, like you said, meeting new people, new coaches, opening your eyes to that, I think is massive in your game. But most importantly, bringing back something for the South Africans. I think
like
that's important.
I feel like these tournaments actually, like, you know, they help you with playing different. Like, I was so happy that I got to play there just before World Cup. Like, that was fantastic. Oh yeah, fantastic. Obviously, didn't play at all the venues, but I got to experience all the different grounds and all that. And that was a bonus because how many players do we have going there? So I was like, this is awesome. Like, and all the girls were playing really good cricket. I was like, oh, this World Cup's going to be a breeze. But it was just nice to have girls being able to go there and learn a lot. Like, you've seen how Danae and Marizana have been there from the beginning and how their games evolved just from that. And it's just nice. And hopefully we can get more girls going there today and experience that, even that with the different leagues. Hopefully the women's IPL can start and more girls can go there because that just opens a whole lot of doors for you and opportunities and then learning experiences.
No, 100%. I totally agree. And other tournaments around the world, like the 100. So on the back of your Big Bash deal, you were one of the first ladies that got signed by the 100. It was obviously done pre sort of draft at the moment. But I mean, what's that like, firstly, for you being sort of seen as one of the prime picks in the tournament? But not only that, what do you think is in store for the 100? I mean, have you been thinking about it? What's so exciting? What's going to drive it to new heights?
Oh, I was definitely honored to obviously get a call up to want to go to those tournaments because it's the first one and you always want to be part of the first one, you know what I mean? Then you learn about the different format, like, oh, it's not going to be 20 overs, it's going to be, oh, you can bowl 5 balls or 10 balls, and the different format of how it can be. So I was like, this is actually like something really different, obviously exciting. You're getting girls all around the world that are getting to play, and you got competitive teams that are going to play one another. So I was obviously very, like, you know, really excited to want to play those tournaments. Obviously couldn't go through now during the corona and all that, but hopefully next year I can definitely jump into there. But it sounds like a really exciting tournament, and I think that's definitely going to take it further. I know that the Kia was doing really well, and it was nice to go from there straight into the 100, and it looks really exciting. They've hyped up a lot about it, so it's really exciting, and I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Something that rather made me quite exciting was watching them have the draft, and then having the ladies and the guys in the same doing the draft together. That was incredible, and the first of its kind. So, brilliant, isn't it? So that just shows you where the ladies' game's going in the years to come, and how they're promoting it on the same level. I really love that.
Yeah, definitely.
Being an all-rounder in the national side, actually in any side around the world, now in the Big Bash, in the 100, wherever you're going to be playing, what sort of discipline do you need to have as a player to focus on all aspects of your game? Meaning, obviously, you're vice captain, bowling, batting, leading, because you've been one of the senior players in the side, not only in the captain format, but leading as a person. What sort of roles and disciplines do you need to have within yourself?
Firstly, it takes a lot of work. Like, not just that, you spend more time in the nets because you have to bat in more. So you cover more bases with regards to being an all-rounder. A lot more hours, a lot more, like you said, captaincy or vice captaincy, and sometimes captaincy when Tane's not there. So you got to think of that. You got to focus on your game as well. It takes a lot. But for me, it's just about being able to just making sure I focus on one thing when I'm busy with it, and the vice versa. And what's nice is being an all-rounder. If it doesn't come off the bat, you always got it with the ball. So that's the only nice thing about being an all-rounder. Being a batter, it's a bit of an issue because you can help in the field, but yeah, it's so much. It's really good to be. It takes a lot of work. It's good work. You have to have a lot of work ethic, first of all, and you just have to make sure that you're covering all bases all the time. It's never easy. You can ask Marizon that. I think she struggles all the time. But I think it's old age. I won't lie. I think she's gonna kill me because I'm saying all this about her. But it takes a lot of work. It really does. It takes a lot of hard work, and it's just about making sure that you manage that, and you keeping your mind. You don't overthink a lot as well. You want to be like, oh no, someone's bowling. This needs to happen. You're gonna kind of just make sure that you stay calm all the time, and then take on that role. I think it's really important.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a massive part of it is giving back to the youngsters around that. I mean,
100%.
you didn't. So imagine how much when a youngster comes into the team, a new member, and you need to obviously guide them, help them, and be there for them as well. So yeah, it's heavy on you as a player. So we've spoken a lot about your career right now. I want to just jump to whenever you started the game. I don't know where you started. I would love to hear more about who got you into, what made you decide to go pro in cricket. I'm sure you could have gone pro in a few sports. And then, why the love for the game so much?
Listen, I love playing. I love to be outdoors when I was little. I love to be outdoors. I was always outside, no t-shirt on, I was tiny. I was 5 years old, 4 years old, just running around, just doing my thing. And, my dad obviously got me my first bat and ball at the age of 3. And I just, started hitting. I love playing tennis and I love playing soccer. So I was like, hey, this is going to work. And once I started playing cricket, I was like, wow, this is sticking. And, and then over the years, I just started playing more and more. And, primary school, I played with the boys. I competed with them. I loved competing with the boys because I thought this year, they don't think a girl can play cricket. And I actually competed with boys until about 14, 15 years old, until I really got into women's cricket. So it was nice to have that because, they made me tough. Oh, come on, a girl can't play. And I got their respect. I played a lot of guys that are still playing local now, which is fantastic. And then I just, by the age of 15, when I got that call up to obviously make the World Cup in 2010, I was stuck shell-shocked. I was like, I couldn't believe that I could actually do this. And when I got to that tournament, I was just blown away because we obviously played our first game against the West Indies and at their home ground. So the crowds were just going crazy, and the Caribbean people are just loud. And I was like, this is it. This is it. I'm here. Yeah. I bowl my first ball and I take my first wicket. I'm like, I'm not turning back from here. But it was just crazy to just want to be at a tournament like that. Obviously we didn't even make it that far, but to be there, I just knew, there we go. 16-year-old, this is what I want to do. And, in a great 10 years, but at that moment, I just realized that's what I want to do. And I'm not turning back from there. And it's just been really fantastic.
It's you've had a great career so far, and hopefully you can play for another 10. I mean, I think it's in the cards. Why not? Eh?
Why not?
So you've played around the world. I'm jumping back local, provincial cricket here. Who's a youngster coming through? Now I'm putting you on the spot because I don't know how many are watching or going to watch this. Like I said, we're going to record this and put it out there. Sure. But give me one youngster in the country that's coming through that the world needs to watch out for. Tough question.
It is a tough question. There's a lot of girls coming through, but I'll give you one because I know her really well, and she's coming into the side at the moment in Coco Tryon. I played with her at KZN, and I used to give her a lot of heat back here because I said to you, you're so talented. I need you to just keep working hard. And I've loved to have conversations with her because I've seen her grow in the last couple of years. And obviously, we had gone to National Academy. Now I'm happy I was there. All the girls were at National Academy, and I got to, talk to her more. Like, I love to speak to the youngsters and, obviously try and inspire them and help them, get to where they need to get to. And I grilled her a lot. And it was just fantastic to see that she got a call up and she was at the World Cup and she just did fantastic. Like, I even told her I felt like I wanted to cry because I just saw this girl growing and growing from KZN. And I just said, you're going to carry on going. Just keep working hard and flying the flag because, and I'm really proud of her. So she's one player, I have to say, definitely.
That's all I asked for. So one player. And to see that you're her role model, if not mentor, in the team, playing with her. I mean, you must know what it means to her. So well done on that. And
yeah, no, I take all the credit.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. So, who's your role model in the world currently? Any sport, doesn't really matter.
That's a tough one. Any sport.
It doesn't have to be cricket.
Well, I have to speak about cricket because it's all about cricket, yeah, man. The men's game is tough. You talk about men's and women's.
Whatever.
Men's game is tough because, yes, you just see all the guys evolving. Obviously, Virat Kohli is probably one of the best. I love watching him play. I love watching AB play. I love watching Heide Klaassen as well. I know he's obviously been playing a lot with the men now. I love watching him play. I love how he plays his game. Those are guys that really stand out for me. I hope Klaassen keeps going up with his game because I think he's a fantastic cricketer. Women's cricket, there's quite a few. You can throw those names. The Australians, Elise Perry, Smriti Mandana from India. Pretty really good cricket players. I have to say Danae Fanika because she's a quality player. But as you can see, every time we have a tournament, you just have more and more girls that are performing and standing out, and which is fantastic. You don't just get one or two of them anymore. So for me, it's really good to see in the women's game. It's not the same names over and over again. So for me, there's quite a few of them, like I said, but I like to see that more and more of them are becoming bigger role models to people, and it's not just the same names, which is fantastic to see for women's cricket.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's exactly what you said. More and more are performing all the time, whether it be local, whether it be internationally, or whether it be in world tournaments like Big Bash and Kia and hopefully 100 as well. So, yeah, long may it last and long may it grow. Yeah. So you obviously mentioned quite a few players there, so I'm not going to ask you who's your favorite current player in the game, because obviously named a few there. But I do want to touch on something that they probably, a lot of the country in the world don't really know, some of the injuries you've gone through now recently. Well, let's more so talk about your knee. I mean, I don't think anyone really knows that you had a serious knee injury last year that sort of kept you out of the Kia. So if you want to give us a bit of info on that, would be great.
It was really tough. It was a week before actually leaving. We had a middle session and there was 3 balls left, and I was like, I'll just go back because there were 3 of us rotating. So 2 were batting at the time. I was standing behind the keeper. I was like, I was hitting the ball really well. I felt in good nick. The 3 balls left. I said, come on, 3 balls. Let me just try and hit out the park, And obviously, this tragedy happened, and I just felt it, and I just knew something instantly was wrong, and I just like, oh my gosh, it's 1 week to go. And I was really looking forward to the Kia because it was obviously going to be my first time playing there. And I was like, this could be fantastic. I get to play again along Lisa Healy, which is great because I felt that she's a fantastic cricketer. So I was like, I get to play with some really good players. And then this happened, and yes, it knocked me a bit. Afterwards I have to obviously recover. It was really hard. It took a lot because I really wanted to go to the tournament, and I had worked really hard just before that, and it was just like all that hard work. But you always have to pull yourself out of that. It's a sport, and this is what happens. These kinds of things happen. It's just about how you come back from it. It took a lot. I was driving my sister crazy. I know she's hearing this right now, but I was driving her crazy. I'm sure I gave her a lot of grey hairs, but it was just I had just to stay mentally strong and just get through that period and just make sure once I got back, I came back guns blazing, and I'm so happy that I recovered really well, because then I got to go to Australia in the Big Bash, and obviously I was nervous. I'm thinking I haven't played cricket in a couple of months, and then I'm like, I feel like I never left. But yeah, for me it really knocked me hard. It's never nice to have an injury, but it's just how you come back from it. So it was very disappointing. I know I called you and I was like, oh.
You went in a good space. I know when I came to see you, you were struggling, but yeah, you got through it. So I always try to find silver lining, and you said 100%. So you very bad space mentally through that little period, but you got through it, which made you a stronger player, a stronger person. So at the end of the day, silver lining, eh?
100% though.
Okay, cool. So that's the serious questions done. I want to fire 3 public questions here. Simple.
No pressure.
No. They're really straightforward. Who's your biggest supporter in the game that you know of, anyway?
I know who asked this question. I'm sure I know.
I'm sure.
Oh, my sister, definitely. My family's really big on cricket, but she's pretty crazy. Watches all my games, supports everything, and I'm really blessed to have her support me so much like that. But I think she thinks she can play better than me. But it's really nice to have her supporting me in the sidelines in anything that I do, and she helps me a lot, which is really good. So I have to say, she's not. I'll get killed after this.
No. Give her the credit. It's fine. Okay, what's your favorite shot? And well, we've already spoke about what makes you love the game so much. So what's your favorite shot that you like playing? I know you're just going over the rope, but give us a specific shot.
I've actually enjoyed going over extra cover. I know I haven't been playing it much, but I played a lot of it. I know it goes for 6 most of the time, which is really good. I love playing over extra cover. It's probably one of my favorite shots now. I love to slog sweep. I think that's also one of my favorite. Yeah, those are my 2 favorite at the moment.
Okay.
And they come off pretty simple sometimes.
Famous in the Big Bash, I think. So yeah, keep firing them off. Now I've got an interesting question, and it's a pretty tough one, I guess, because you do sort of have a say, but you don't have the total say. Why don't you push yourself up the order more often?
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of people ask me that. A lot of public people actually ask me that. I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of situations where I felt like I could come up or not, and we can have an argument about it. But when in that moment, you always think, if like she's in good nick, I'm in good nick. Who's the better player to go in? Or in that moment, it's a tough question. It's a really tough question. I just know that if my skipper or my coach asks me to go in at a certain number, I'm always going to give 110%. That's just how I am all the time. But yeah, I'd love to. I just want to kind of get more consistent. Like I feel like I just need to get more consistent with regard to that. To then push those questions, start questioning them more about being up the order. But I really got to put in more of the performance. I felt like the consistency wasn't there. I just wanted to get more of it, and I felt that that's obviously something I'm working on, just making sure that I'm working at that game, and I want to be, like I said, I've always wanted to be a match winner. I want to win games for my team. So I've got to put more of those performances in, like kind of to push those questions. It's definitely something that I wanted to speak about, and we've had those chats before with the coach and all that. But in those moments, it's just about who you think you should go in and stuff. But it's definitely something I'm going to be pushing. So yeah, just want to put in those performances more.
That's great to hear. From my side and a coach point of view, I'm just going to say that consistency that you spoke about really comes and understanding your game. So you've got a lot of time on your hands. Don't worry. If that consistency definitely. Yeah, I've got some fun questions just so the public get to know a little bit about who you
cool.
are. Literally 6, 7, 8 questions. Coco, where does that come from?
Coco was a nickname given to me. It was just a nickname my niece actually gave me. Called me Coco because she couldn't say my name. And then everyone just started calling me Coco. And I was like, okay, Coco, you can just call me anything now. I know a lot of girls call me Pushy sometimes, which is, I don't know, it's a very old nickname. But yeah, it looks like Coco just stood out a lot more. And it's pretty catchy as well. So I'm cool with that.
That's a good one. Your favorite meal or your cheat meal? Let's make it interesting. Your favorite cheat meal?
Okay, you got me there. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one because I like a chicken. I like a chicken. I'm more of a Nando's kind of girl. I wouldn't say that's really cheating. 95% I'll have Nando's. But that 5% maybe pizza. Depends on what kind of day it is.
Most of the guys say pizza, so yeah, good shot. Your best holiday you've ever had?
I actually haven't had much of holidays. I won't say this. But really, going back to my parents' house does kind of like a holiday because it's a resort there. So I'll definitely say going back to the South Coast. I get the beach, catch waves, just do my thing there. It's very like secluded as well. Like not many people go there, so it's like a resort on its own. So I'll definitely say that. I have to say that, unfortunately.
That's exactly what I had in my mind when you told me it in the story. That's where we're going with it. A good
There
shot.
we go.
I know you love whiskey. I know you drink whiskey when you can. What's your favorite brand of whiskey?
Jameson has to be. Jamo
Okay.
is the way.
The all Irish, eh?
Yeah, all Irish.
100%. So bat first or bat second?
Bat first.
Bat total, eh?
Yes,
Okay.
have to bat first. So I can
Okay,
trap them in second innings. Take them off the game.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good shot. If you were not a cricketer, what would you be?
You know, I had always thought I'd want to help people. So something in the field of helping someone. So if it's not, I don't think I'll ever be able to be a social worker because I'm too emotional for that. But somewhere along the lines of helping. So I wouldn't really know what it was, but definitely with wanting to help people, even if it's homeless people and all that kind of stuff. So definitely want to help people as much as I can.
Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Well done. And then my last one, and I know I'm going to just remind you what one of your best mates, Danae, said to me when I asked her this question. I'm asking it to you too. Your favorite music or your favorite artist or band? She said Justin Bieber, and I couldn't take her seriously. So
you have to. That's the favorite artist.
Absolutely killed me. Now I'm asking you the same question. Come on, let's hear it.
Favorite artist? By far, Drake. Only because good music. I have to listen to him every single day. He gets the vibe going. He gets me ready to train in the morning, even when I don't want to.
Great.
Hands down.
Okay, you're the person that's given me a rapper.
There we go. I'm so happy.
So we're winning. Hip hop's always winning, eh? So all good.
Yeah.
So much. Appreciate your time, and I think I still did it.
It's like so short, eh? Like, come on.
Fun, man. A little bit of fun. So yeah, and I still give you time to watch your football and everyone else to watch your football as well.
There we go. Perfect.
Chloe, legend, thank you so much for your time again. And yeah, I hope to see you real soon. Stay fit down there, and yeah, good luck with what's coming.
Thank you very much. I hope to see you soon. Hope you football later, and I'll ski for you.
So, all right, and stay safe. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. You too. Cheers.
Bye.